Currently been working on a patio, 160 square meters of honed Indian sandstone. Honed basically means it's really flat, but there's rust marks from appliances, bits and bobs being left on the stone, and you end up with rust. Plus I've got some effervescence marks left over from when I was flow pointing. So today's video is going to be sorting that lot out. Yeah, this is the patio which goes right the way around the house. It's been regrouted with flow point because the previous grout they had on here was the brushing, and he didn't brush it in very good at all, and it all just fell out. But after flow pointing, sometimes you end up with these patches of white. But my issue here was the patio was very level and it was catching water and holding water. So when you flow point, you ideally want the water to be running off to drain better for the clean easier. But because it was so flat, it was holding water. And look at all this, because I've got to seal it yet. And we've got rust marks. We've got a few rust marks from things like that. So this is the stuff I got. I did have this in a previous video. Normally I like to use something called lithrofin, but this one was okay, not too bad. But somebody in the comments mentioned I should try this stuff out, and I've already given it a go yesterday briefly, and it worked a treat, so much appreciated for that. And then to get rid of some of the residue, I got from lithrofin cement residue remover, and I got myself one of these so I can put it on and rub it round and see if I can get it all off. But yeah, it's been really tricky. Look at it, it's just white, white, white. Not too bad around here. For these marks I definitely can't get off, because this is where, that's where the cement is touching the tile. These marks, that's what happens there. So it hasn't been laid on a full bed of cement. So I got extra marks, but I can't do anything about it. Around the back, it's a bit on the bright side. See these marks there? It's almost like it's been dot and dabbed. Right, let's go around the back section. This composite decking was pretty easy to clean, which is a result. That lovely view of Cardiff down there. Right, this back section is not too bad. There are a couple of marks. A bit of residue there. Yeah, it just catches the corner, which is a bit rubbish. Here we've got a constant bloody pool of water. Everything kind of slopes that way into the middle of it, which isn't handy. Yeah, so whilst grouting these manhole covers, you take them off. Don't grout them in position. Right, this area is not too bad. So we shall look at all these flipping marks. Absolutely nothing I can do about that, which is a shame. Possibly a bit of residue there, or that's just that bit drying out quicker. Impossible lately to try and get this job completed, because we just had so much flipping rain, haven't we? Rain, 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 rain. Right, I've got my squeegee here. I'm going to get as much water off this slab as possible. Get as much water off as possible so I can see where the bits I need to clean are. Right, surface water there. The towel is puddling, that's where the water is. But let's try it out. Let's give her a spray. Right, we'll leave that do its thing. I think my camera's filming. But see it going violet? That means it's drawing all the rust out. Right, it's been 5 minutes now with this stuff. All right, let's wash it off and put some fresh stuff on. You can see there how much it's drawn it all out. Right, spray a bit more of the stuff on and leave it for another 5 minutes. And hopefully that is recording, otherwise we'll have to do it again. The 5 minutes is gone. Drag that back. And clean it off. It's virtually gone. And there we go. This is what I used for that, the Aurora fallout remover. So I did try and find out who the fellow was who told me on the video, but I couldn't find his name. But much appreciated. Because last time when I used that, but then I did use that on a porcelain and that was a bit rubbish. That took me ages. But this has gone. All right, a little bit there. But I got some little bits over there to do as well. But in general, right, so now we're gonna move on to this stuff. I'm going to start there and work our way back. All right, let's just drop a couple of little bits on here. You can see it fizzing already. So I just got to get this now to cover the white marks. And we'll see how it fares. I don't have a great deal of this stuff, a lot. But I have good faith it's actually going to do it. But again, we shall let it soak for a bit and we'll see how well it turned out. And bring it over here. I don't want to soak it too much. I only want to soak as much as I need to soak. And hopefully it's actually going to work. Because then if all this stuff's off, then I can get to the next stage then and start sealing. A little bit more water. Right, wait for that to dry. Pretty happy with that. So the residue stuff by there, that looks like that's going fine, but hard to tell until it's totally dry. It's only when it's dry you can actually see it. But this stuff's working well. Happy days. Back there, that looks like a good position. And record. How do I press record again? I forgot. Top button. And that's the top button. There. Right, okay, 5 minutes. So I just had a walk around. This is the only area here which you got the rust on it. So yeah, that's almost done. And then we just got to concentrate on the residue then, because that has made a bit of a mess. So that was a bit we did earlier. I put an extra little spray on that last remaining bit. These 2-3 bits here looking good. So as far as the residue bits over here, we're not going to be able to tell till it's totally dry. So I'm going to have to sacrifice my hat and dry it as much as I can. And then we'll come back and we'll look at this bit last. Oh man, I just got a massive cramp in my leg. Oh, leg. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. A poor hat. I don't have anything else. Right. Right, well I'm gonna leave that to dry now. Right, time to wash this bit off. I'm sure the camera's filming. Right, let's shift that over there. And let's wipe it. You can see where it's gone all violet. Basically, that was the rest. Get a bit of clean water. Right. I'm gonna have a quick little wash. Put that back in there. Right, grab the spray. Bit more there, bit more there. There. Right. Camera back. About there. And relax. Oh, let's rub this off again. Move the camera back. Not really violet. I gotta swirl this out. I've just been using the residue remover, so to make sure all that's off here. Right, spray some more. Okay, bit there, bit there, and a bit there. Oh, that's it there. Maybe a bit there, and probably a bit there. Right, camera back. About there. Unfortunately for me, I'm not going to know how well this residue remover worked until it's all washed off and dried. So that'll have to be another day. But I got to wash this lot off again now. I think this is the third time now. Right. Clean that off. Camera should be pretty much gone, but no, still a bit. Okay, put some more on. As you're probably learning from this little test as well, you have to do it several times. You can't just do it once and that's it. So let's wash it off again. That there, shift that there. Yep, so repeat. But I think this section there, that's gone. So I won't bother anymore now with the time lapse. I'll just spray some on and just wash these bits off shortly. I've never done this process before with a sprayer. Actually, it's a much better idea doing it with a sprayer. than pouring it. Gives you a bit more control. Right, chill. Just finished off doing the last bit over there. That bit has taken me ages. I put on about maybe 8 squirts of that stuff. The first bit I did, 2 squirts, came off great. But the last bit took ages. Let's have a look at the last bit. Right, well, it just goes to prove you can't get it all up. I've literally done that bit about 10 times. The bit I did over here, had to tell where it was, but that only took 2 goes. Literally, I've done that about 10 times. So, well, we'll see what it looks like when it's dry, but that's next time when I come around to seal. And hopefully when I come around to seal, it's going to be rather soon, because I think on the weather forecast it's going to rain again for about another week, and it's got to be bone dry. Over here, this area dried, and I still saw some effervescence. Little bits like that. So even that's hard to get off. And that had a good scrub. So 10 minutes and wash it off. I'm not going to know how well this is done until this dries. And I'm not going to be hanging around to find out. I'll just have to find out next time I come back. But it's all a pain in the neck, this stuff. It really is. I think what's going to help me in the new year, any more flow pointing I'm going to be doing, is I think I'll get myself one of those Bertas and I can clean everything up as much as possible. But you know, this technique still does it though. It's supposed to. It was just unfortunate. It was all really level, so it was holding the water after it was being washed down. If it had more of a slope on it, more of the water would have come off, which had any little bits of residue of the cement, making life easier. But we didn't have that. What's left over? There's 2 small little marks there, but everything else around here has cleaned up loads. There are these circular marks on there, nothing I can do about that. That's just where the tiles have been laid, almost dot and dabbed.